This is Sauchiehall Street in Glasgow, and while it's a little bit bigger than most high streets in Scotland, it doesn't differ too greatly in terms of one of its basic ingredients, which is cheap, easy junk food. Now, I just walked 300 metres and I counted 12 takeaway options. In Scotland more generally, there are 65 of these places per 100,000 of the population, which might not actually seem that much, but anybody who's ever tried to go on a diet will attest to how quickly these seemingly innocuous high streets turn into sensory obstacle courses. I'm on my way to meet food scientist Professor David Galley, who is going to try and help me understand why some of us find this food so irresistible. And in preparation, I've bought my own little bag of tasty treats, so let's go.
The man I'm about to meet is Chief Scientific Officer for Food Standards Scotland. He's tasked with improving public health by providing us with information about the food we eat. So I'm kind of dreading to hear what he thinks of the contents of this bag.
Right, I'm going to just tell you right now, like my mouth is like a car wash, right? So I'm already having an experience.
Getting the smells.
So I think I'm gonna go for the burger first. Whatever's going on with this burger, every single layer of it that I bite down into, I can experience in my mouth in terms of a texture or a taste. And often I find that food is so tasty, I start to eat it really quickly. So can you just talk me through the mechanics of this kind of food?
The key thing here is you're linking through to the innate human being desire to have your salt, your fat, and your sugar. And the moment that hits you in the mouth, that immediately is setting off release of chemicals in your body that are the serotonins, the feel-good factors, and then the dopamine to act as well on it and do it again. And because this sets off a reward cycle, right, there's pleasure in this, we as humans like that pleasure. The trouble is the more weight we put on, there are studies showing that you build up a tolerance to it. So you don't get the same high from consuming that same burger and chips, right? The bit you're now missing is the hit, is the pleasure from it. So what do? You have a bit more.
The ice cream, the jalapeno poppers,
exactly.
mozzarella sticks.
Brilliant. The idea of your reward system being kicked off, it is the salt and the sugar and the fat combined. It is that triumvirate that's created, designed for your pleasure.
I'm surprised there's not a burger called a triumvirate, you know, like a big triumvirate. I would be like, right, okay, let's do this. And you know that there'll be someone at home right now, you know, kind of wiping a curry off of their chest with a piece of naan bread in their bed, right? Crying into a tub of Ben & Jerry's. Who'll be absolutely furious that you've suggested that they might be addicted to food. What would you say to them?
That's a really good question. I mean, we've all been there. But enjoy a curry in your Ben & Jerry's, but just next day have a salad, have something different, a light pasta dish, you know, mix it up. But realise that you are manipulated by it. Right, let's do the donut.
I can honestly say that I didn't intend to eat as much food as I ended up eating. And I really mean that genuinely on my kid's life. So I ended up consuming over 1,000 calories within half an hour. And as fun as it was at the time, I now have all of the kind of physical and mental symptoms that you would associate with consuming that kind of food. Just a sort of residual regret, shame. What is interesting is that I went into that with a certain degree of understanding around my own boundaries around food. And still, a part of my brain just seemed to check out once I started eating.
The unholy trinity of fat, salt and sugar plays a huge part in the ease with which I can stuff my face. But for me, this loss of will, this inability to control, has a lot in common with the patterns of behaviour I've experienced with substance abuse.